Hi everybody, just before this video starts, I would like to give a shout out to my friends Fernie Feehawks, I hope I said that right, Jimmie Moreno, Minecraft Man, and as well as Alex the Historian, Fastpass Facts. I watched their videos and I told them about this upcoming model, and those are just the people that I want to shout out. You can find their links down in the description. You guys are awesome, and let's just get into this video, because it's an awesome one. And take it away. Hi everybody, my name is Eric Ramirez, and today we are back for another video. Another random video. And if my camera can focus for me, there we go. This is my model of Splash Mountain, dedicated on April Fools. Strangely enough, this model was actually finished on the 31st of March, and I dedicated it a day later. That has never happened before in Ramirez Paper Project's history. And you guys who have seen my fair video probably remember it. Here's a clip that I took of it. And I got Big Ben, and my newest one, which is Splash Mountain right here. I don't know if you can see it though. So yeah, that was my model at the fair, and I literally finished this thing the night before the fair, so I was literally racing against the clock. And so now that it's all finished and back home where it belongs, now I can show you, now I can go into detail with this thing. And so here is basically the front part of it, as you can see. And now for a full view, which I'm gonna have to get on the floor for. Alright, so here is the full model in its full glory, and as you can see, it looks very, very similar to the real thing over at Disneyland, which I have been, and I'm going to go on again with my GoPro. Now, I'm gonna go into more detail than you'd actually expect. So these sticks right here, these are actually sticks that I took off from my mom's dead tomato plant out in our backyard. Strangely, she let me do that. Isn't that right, Mom? She likes them this way. And the inside is nothing too special. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a log in there. That's what that is. Ooh, I found a penny. I didn't exactly make it, like, exactly, but I did do a good job. And at the end, I'll show you a nighttime segment. The inside has some details as well that I built while I was making it. If you look in there, I don't know how to get that. If you look in there, those barrels, they say water, corn syrup, root beer, and Coca-Cola. I don't think Coca-Cola existed back in the 1930s and 40s. I think it did. And the Coca-Cola is a tribute to me, and the root beer is a tribute to my mom. I don't know why though. And if you look right there, that is an E award. It is a very high class award, and that thing right next to it is a model of the Handyville Clock Tower. And it's just sitting there in this little shed that I made over here. Oh, and by the way, this thing spins. It's buggy, but it still works. And just so you know, the waterfall is, or in this case, Chickapin Falls, it is at a 45-degree angle. That was pretty much the hardest thing for me to do out of this whole model. Try to figure out how big and how steep the drop is supposed to be. And if you look, the water is laminated. That way that in the sun, ew, it's dusty. Because in the sun, the laminated plastic will reflect sunlight, thus giving it like a water effect. And it goes all the way in here, and if you look up in here, let me, one sec. Okay, so I got my other phone with me, and there we go. So now, if you look in there, there's a tiny little Brer Rabbit in there, trying to get away from Brer Fox. Here, let me see here. Okay, there we go. Okay, flashlight. There we go. So if you look in there, there's the scene where Brer Fox is saying, "Well, I reckon I'll have to roast ya," and Brer Rabbit is going, Well, whatever you do, don't bring me in that rat. And I replicated that in there as well. The tree on top was probably the hardest thing for me to do out of this whole model. I mean, there's so many different angles that I had to do in order to get it to look like this. And there's 5 little root thingies. 1, 2, 3. I think that counts as 4 and 5, I think, I'm not sure. But this was probably the hardest thing for me to do out of the whole thing. The first one I made was too small, but now this one is way bigger, and that's perfectly good. And there are some hidden Mickeys around here, such as right there, if you can see it, right there, here, if you can see it. There we go. Nope. This one, but it's kind of hard to see. I think there's about 5 of them in total. Next. So this part right here is open, and it says Splash Mountain. And yes, there is a little ramp that goes down in there. Got my trusty flashlight with me. There we go. So there is the path. There's a log in there, and it goes up in there, through that little tunnel, and out here. And since it's getting a little bit dark, I'm gonna do a nighttime segment. And there's there's a hay cart with food on it. There's more water, and Bear Rabbit's house over here. And a sign that says Bear Rabbit, of course. And there are like little tributes to famous people on these support beams. I'm not famous, but I put myself on it, I guess. So there's an E, an S, let me see, an H, a W for Wob, and a UR for Uncle Remus. So if you are wondering, yes, the that thing that you saw in there, this does move. I use this, and if you look in here, if you look in there, there's like a little thingy that pushes the water up when there's a log going down, like so. Like that. I didn't know how to do that at first, but I thought, man, just make it simple. And to give you a demonstration of how the drop works, I'm gonna use this Hot Wheels car. And it is kind of buggy. It's in the developing stages, and this model is perfect because it's perfect size for a Hot Wheels car, and it's also perfect because you can look at the mountain from many different angles that you never thought you could see on a ride. Like, you'd be down here looking up, and you'd see like some people screaming their heads off as they go in. So here we go. My arm's in the way. Like so. See, look at that, it made it all the way down without flipping. That's something that usually never happens. Well, I mean, it does flip on its way down. And I'm gonna convert this into a little Hot Wheels track eventually. So it goes like this. Oh, and this is the part that I'm most proud of. And this part is on the inside, so it takes a flashlight to see it. Down here, while I was building the mountain, if you can see in there, when I was building the mountain, I had the boat at the end of the show, Zippity Lady. I had that, on the sideline, and so I decided to incorporate it in here, if you can even see it, because it's so dark in there. Let me see. There we go. Oh, I got an idea. Okay, that's better. Well, sort of. Oh, I just remembered, I had like a little opening on the top. Okay, there we go. So there's all the animals singing on the boat, going zippity-doo-dah, zippity-dah. There's the animals on the hay cart. This was the little goose dancers, as well as a couple of the characters. The alligators are here, you just can't see them that well. Sorry, I'll have to do like an in-depth video. And also, for those of you who are asking, did you build like, Did you build like that train tunnel? Yes, I did. It's right here. And I made this big enough and wide enough so that my 4449 over there can actually fit through here if I were to do that. I don't know if I ever will, but, and yes, there's a hole in there that does lead to the Zippity-doo-dah scene, which I shall try and get you to see, cause it's hard to get in here sometimes, cause I take everything. Oh, my bad. It is hard to get in here sometimes to do maintenance, but that's just normal. Let me see, where is it? I'm sorry, but I have to do this. Let me just, yeah. Okay, no harm done. Okay. Let me see, where is it? Oh, I forgot. It's blocked off. But if you could see it. Oh, there we go. Oh, and here's a funny story about this paper back here. This is actually from an older model of Tower Bridge that I built, and the Tower Bridge fell apart over time, and so I decided to recycle the paper, and I thought, I'm gonna use this paper for something eventually, and so now multiple pieces of Tower Bridge have now been incorporated into Splash Mountain, including this piece right here, here, and the piece that you saw in there. And even though this thing is falling apart slightly due to the fact, staring at the fact that it has been moving around a lot, it still manages to stay in one piece. There's a little bit of the Zippity lady if you can see it, but let me see if I can get a better view. Okay, so I lifted my model up just a tiny amount, and if you can see, it's so hard to get in here. I don't know if you can see it, I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay, there's a better view, there we go. So, yeah. So I did build Zippity Lady in there. I just had to. And all these characters I drew myself. And it took me a good 3 hours. It took me a good 3 hours to build that scene. And as you can see over here, over here, obviously I'm gonna need this. Here it says Dee Doo Dah Landing, and as well as, I don't know what that says, Catfish Bend, which I've seen on Splash Mountain before. And what you can't see is, what do you know, you actually can see it. If you look in there, there's Brer Rabbit in there, singing Zippity-doo-dah since he's home and he got away from Brer Fox. And then it's just a straight, there's another log. And it just continues through that tunnel into the loading station, and it just continues its cycle all the way around. So this is one of my best models. And I used some of my mom's agricultural things for this. But yeah, this is my Splash Mountain model. And the door here does open. Let me see if I can hold this with two hands. With one hand. Okay, there we go. Okay, my phone is slipping. Okay. Okay. So take a look here. This door actually opens and closes, and I actually put little furniture in there. I do things with my models that you normally wouldn't see, but I do it anyway. You can't really see the furniture in there that well, but what you can see is you can't see the inside of the drop, which is right there, if you can see it. And yeah, that's the top, and there's a little table in there for Brer Fox to eat Brer Bear. To eat Brer Rabbit. And there's actual plate on there with a dinner fork ready because he's about to eat a rabbit. Who would do such a thing? So this is a demonstration of what my Splash Mountain looks like in the dark with these battery powered candle thingies on. And yes, I understand that this isn't the same lighting that is used on the real Splash Mountain over at Disneyland, but it's a model, for crying out loud. Come on. That's understandable. And so I just wanted to say thank you for watching this special video of me with my Splash Mountain model. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give us a like and a thumbs up, because that shows that you care. And also, to show more that you care, please subscribe, because I like making these models for you guys, and you guys seem to be really interested in this stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again for another Eric Ramirez Gaming 101 video. And have a zippity-doo-dah day. Bye, everybody!